start with the show with, and we're gonna build it up. So we're gonna start firstly with what's today. Today, the 6th of January. So we're gonna find out what's today. And today is National Beans Day. Beans are an economical source of protein and fiber. And for a lot of people, some people don't like to eat beans because it can make them gassy, but it's not all types of beans that will make you gassy. Some beans I will talk about which will make you gassy and others won't make you gassy. And one thing about it too, the reason why you are being gassy when it comes to certain beans is because you your body is not used to it. Hello, your body is not used to it. So when your body is not used to it, so what happens is, meaning that you haven't been eating it over time, just like eggs or a lot of different food that can make you gassy. But it's just that your body, if you haven't eaten it for a while, your body automatically just becomes foreign to your body. So you need to practice at least. And so now here are the top 5 beans that you could eat to help you. Let's say the top five beans that are full or packed with protein and packed with fiber. Both of these are really necessary for our body. A lot of the time we try to focus more on protein than fiber, but it's best that you use these type of beans if you want high protein and high fiber. And these are categorized by in terms of high protein levels, but also high fiber. So the list is from 1 to 5 different types of beans that you could eat, and they're all high fiber and high protein. Okay, so the first one is soybean or edamame. That has, again, the list is from high to low. Then the second one is lentils, which is my personal favorite. And navy beans, not really. That's not my favorite. That's number 3. And chickpea, or my second favorite. Chickpea, but it's number 4, the highest. That has the highest amount of protein and fiber. And the other bean, which is black beans. So these are the top 5 beans that are high in fiber and high in protein, because again, today is National Beans Day or International Beans Day. So like I said, beans are very economical for you to have. Wake up at 5:30 or you wait. Yeah, I mean 3:30. Oh, you woke up at 3:30 today. Yeah, you had a late night. Which of them have low carbs? Actually, either one of them, to be honest. You can have either one of them because they are high in protein. Um, I didn't search on them of like I didn't search them on terms of low carbs, but you can have either one of them. They are more high protein than carbs. I mean, and besides, they are really helpful for you. I ate yellow pea soup today. Yeah, okay, exactly. Today is the day to have the beans and the peas. Okay, so yeah, I remember your yellow. That's your yellow pea recipe. I remember that. You're diabetic. So okay, so you cannot eat. Then what can you eat then? Because as a diabetic, you should be able to eat some beans. I work from 22:30 yesterday until 7:30 this morning. Oh, it's a whole night, all night long up. So when you get home, what time do you like? We get home and you sleep. I eat green peas. Yeah, yeah. Green peas tend to be low in carbs, but um, um. So do you still get your 8 hours of sleep when you work these hours? Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so since you ask which one, well, since you ask which one is the lowest carbs, let me see from the list. Let me check my list again. I would say the soybeans would be the lowest, the one with the lowest carbs. I got home, washed, ate yogurt, and went to sleep at 8:30. Okay. Yeah, slept 8 hours. Okay. Okay. All right. Like and subscribe, y'all, and thanks. You can tap into my Patreon link in the description box, and it's in my bio. So, guys, can you guys tap and like? And I would appreciate if you guys send some gifts in the between, because I'm already started. I'm not gonna do battles right now, so I would appreciate it along the way. Should be lentils, the lowest carbs. But if you know which one, then what's the point if you ask? What's the point of you asking? Like I said, you can ask any, you can have anyone, but soybeans would be the top. Um, so okay, now tap again. The danger, this is what we're talking about. The danger of being unfit extend far beyond appearance or the ability to run a few kilometers or a few miles. It's not only about your physical fitness in terms of running, but it's also about a lot of different things we're gonna talk about today. It also is about chronic physical inactivity and low fitness level are amongst the leading factors for disease and mortality worldwide. The danger are systematic, impacting nearly every organ in our lives and as an aspect of our lives as well. Because being unfit is something that affects every aspect of our lives. But we're gonna take a look at the different aspects as well. And to see which one, to bring this conversation across in a very logical way to help you guys see, when you are, I don't know if there's anybody, if you are looking for someone, then okay, what sort of things to look out for, how to manage yourself to make sure that you're picking the person that fits your lifestyle basically. And if you're gonna pick someone, and you can know what are you getting yourself into, what are you putting yourself into, what's involved. Okay.
A woman who is not fit shouldn't be in a relationship. Call it what you want, but I do not believe a woman who is out of shape deserves to be in a relationship. When it comes to love, there are rules one must abide by, and the first one is love thy neighbor as you love yourself. So if you cannot love yourself enough to make sure you are physically fit, emotionally fit, spiritually fit, baby, you are not qualified to love anybody else. You feel how you want.
So this is one thing for sure. Being sick is expensive and stressful and full of uncertainties, and all your money and time and energy will be spent taking care of that person. Because when you are physically unfit, one thing is for sure is that it is time consuming, it is resource consuming. And while you should be taking care of each other, you are left to be taking care of one person or that person in order to try to, pull them to get into your level, or, just to be putting up with the different issues, and such as the increased risk of chronic diseases that they're gonna have, such as cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, or certain cancers, and a lot of different issues that they actually, they are dealing with, that are causing harm and causing havoc to their body because they are being unfit. They're not taking care of themselves and their best ability. So this is gonna be something that you're gonna have to be dealing with, something that you're gonna have to be putting up with in order to make sure that the person is that you are helping the person as much as you can. But not only that, you become weak and also unbalanced, and your functions, your mobility keeps declining as well. So it's one thing is for sure is that a lot of the time, some situation, for some women it can be a pass, because one thing is for sure, for ladies, there's a place of grace, of understanding. But when it comes to a man, that's a different scenario. That's a different situation altogether. Because one thing is for sure, I don't think that a man should be unfit. And someone is gonna.
Ample energy every day. I only feel like you as a woman for 1 week in an entire month. You wake up and go to sleep every day with 100% energy. Okay? Also, you burn fat and put on muscle like this. Do you know how hard it is for me to burn fat and put on muscle as a woman? I have a fupa, an internal fupa my body's trying to store fat to protect my freaking ovaries. Do you know how hard it is? How long I've tried to burn the fat in my lower stomach, and it's not ever gonna go anywhere because I'm a woman, and I'm supposed to date a man who naturally doesn't have these problems, and you have more body fat than me? Fuck that. Nah,
And she pissed.
I'm not. If you're a man, you should not have any no more body fat than me. What is your reason? What is your excuse?
True. What is your excuse
You're
as a
dating
man?
me. I know how I look is a part of the reason you're dating. So you're supposed to look at me all day, and I'm supposed to do what?
Yeah.
Not look at you because you don't want to take care of yourself? No, I don't play that shit. I have been for many years. I was chunky, chubby, did not like my body, did not feel comfortable in my own skin, did not understand how to eat clean, did not understand food. I just ate what I wanted to eat. I'm Jamaican. I'll be eating rice and peas every day, and plantain, and rum raisin ice cream, and everything every day. I did not understand portion control. Nothing. Are you kidding me? But I had to learn because I said, I don't like what I see in the mirror. What can I do about this? So I made changes. And then I realized, hey, if I make changes, I make changes. Men that have
Facts. And that's what it is because your man should be your protector, your man should be your supporter, your man should be your leader. And what type of example and leadership that he's showing if he's unfit? And what is it that he's truly trying to demonstrate if you are dealing with someone, a man that is unfit, that is, not really paying attention to his physical fitness? Because not only that, he's going to be dealing with a chronic pain. Let's say, for example, weak core, weak posture, and he's gonna have to be dealing with a lot of neck pain and a lot of joint pain because excess weight for inactive for being not being active causes the body and the hip to and the spine and everything to be unbalanced. So you'll be dealing with someone that is has chronic pains, and also their mobility when you're trying to do certain activities, you're trying to go out, you're trying to have fun, their activity level will be very much low. So they'll be losing their mobility and flexibility as well. Because simple tasks such as bending over or climbing stairs or just even carrying the grocery or taking out the trash, all of these different tasks become very difficult for the person to do. And that means you're gonna have to be doing the most or be doing all these tasks yourself, while you should be having someone who's gonna who's gonna be you know who's gonna be helping you. So I do understand it's a hard thing to hear because some people they are soft, or they just like to hear good stuff all the time. They want to their how you call it, their ego to be boosted. But again, if this topic is not for you, then again, find somewhere else to go. So, and it increases because what I'm talking about is the reality of things. I was looking before starting this conversation because it's always a difficult conversation to have because people think it's always the negative part about it. But the thing is, when I was doing some searching about the statistic of this topic, which it says basically to identify how much people around the world, I look for the percentage of amount of people around the world that are obese versus the amount of people who are skinny. So people who are in between, who are fit, I don't have to really. They are doing something in order to be fit and to stay fit. So what I find is that the great majority, if you can do the search right now yourself, the great majority are the ones who are obese and overweight. And according to the WHO, or the World Health Organization, one out of 8 people are overweight or obese. So it is a relevant problem to talk about. And you know, it's if it doesn't resonate with you and you are fit, then it's good. Then you can then there's a highly likely chance that you'll have somebody in your life that is unfit. Then you can share this with them, and you can, get them to understand the reality of what they put in their lives and their body into, because it creates being overweight and obese create higher risk of injuries, or just being just getting injured, and just being yourself, just going day by day, doing your activities. So because you have weaker muscle, and poor balance makes you fall and injure yourself. Have you guys ever seen online that some of these videos of people who just they trying to run, and all of a sudden they fall over their faces, or they just easily to get, trip and fall out of nowhere. So this is a situation because their balance is not, they have really weak legs, and their bones of can easily be fractured. They can easily sprain their ankle and all of that. I do understand some people would want to settle for the lowest way, or whatever way that they want to live their lives. And if you that type, then I'm not talking to you. But I'm talking about for people who wants to elevate their self, and to, just constantly trying to be better than they were yesterday. So that's what I'm talking about. That's to who I'm talking about, because you're likely to sprain and fracture much more, like, and your body. And also, one thing you have to understand is that your recovery is slower. And these are scientific facts that you guys need to understand. And your mental and cognitive health also damage. So basically, they will not have the capability to handle you, or the life changes that you too would naturally go through. So life is full of changes. Life is full of different situations, or different problems that you have to solve, different issues or challenges that you have to go through. But it would be, if you when you are overweight or unfit, it makes it very difficult for you to, to handle mental and cognitive health that you are dealing with. Because one thing is for sure, is that somebody who's unfit, it shows that you don't even respect your own self, or respect your body. And that's not trustworthy. Because imagine that you have to be with someone that you know for sure that they don't respect themselves, or don't respect their body. It's gonna be hard for you to actually, build trust with this person. And they're not gonna respect you as well as a person for being this way. It's gonna be hard for them to respect you, because they see you as receiving them just like this, for the bare minimum. And they will be subconsciously, they'll be thinking about, okay, how does this person respect me? And I don't trust this person because they don't respect me. And also, and the other way around, you won't be you really trust this person because they have unhealthful or unhealthy habits. And this is the reason why they are fit. I mean, they are unfit. And and also, how can you trust them around your money? And because this is gonna something I'm gonna talk about. For you, need to know your own worth. Yeah, you need to know your own worth. Exactly, it's about knowing your own worth as well, because it's like, you know getting some with someone who's unfit. We're gonna discuss it as well later on, how it can be so demotivating, and so, not inspiring, because they're not gonna respect your own time, or where you're trying to go with your life. And it creates a lot of depression. Obesity can be, a situation that cause or create a lot of depression. So I have somebody who's gonna be talking about this, because it's always good to hear other people, real people experiences, who have been in that situation of being unfit, and what is on the other side of being fit. Because again, to have some illustration or
The
example.
pressure when it comes to being obese is so real, and it comes up in the smallest and slightest ways. You go from being this one person, and then one day looking back and realizing you are not that person anymore. You don't care about the way you look. You don't care about the way you dress, your hair, your makeup, your nails, like all the little things that us girls care about. You start developing some lazy habits, and it just becomes a way of life. And you don't realize the negative things that you were doing and not doing until you start caring about yourself again. And I literally laughed when I saw this, because just something as small as this
jumping out the shower and just throwing on some ratty old pajamas instead of lotioning your skin, doing a little bit of self care, a nightly routine, a morning routine, putting on a nice pair of silk pajamas. Like, it's so insane the small differences I made now that I feel so confident, so secure, so happy with where I'm at with my body and life. And looking back just 11 months ago, the things that I was doing before, completely different person.
Yeah. So depression, anxiety is gonna be something that a lot of people are dealing with if they are unfit, because exercise is a powerful mood regulator, and being unfit is strongly correlated or connected with higher rate of depression and also anxiety. And your body miss out on the vital hormones, which is endorphins, and which makes your body, give your body the tools that it needs to combat stress. And you'll go through a process of cognitive decline, because physical fitness promote blood flow to the brain, stimulate new brain cells connections, and to also improve your memory. Unfit Unfitness increases the risk of dementia, including Alzheimer's as well. And you'll have poor sleep, and also have a low self-esteem and body image. Because I do understand you said you are unworthy treatment, or you said something about low reaction mostly. If you see yourself like low, you will get low reaction mostly. Yeah, that's one thing too. If you see yourself as low, you'll get low reaction. That's one thing as well. But again, if what you look in the mirror, if you see yourself and you know for sure it's not the right thing to be, or meaning that it's not helpful for you from the moment that you get up in the morning, it's difficult to actually, go through your day, and it's not something that you can truly ignore. Your self-esteem and your self-image is definitely gonna take a hit. That's a normal thing. So because you'll have low confidence, and you also could experience social withdrawal. Your circle of inactivity can lead to feeling of inadequacy, that feelings that you are not enough. And one thing you have to consider as well is that you'll be hiding away your natural beauty, your and seriously lower your metabolism and cause systematic damages to your body. Because one thing that is really interesting, that I find when it comes to building your muscle or actually working on your body, is that you get to see what your body can be sculpted into. And we all have this natural beauty that is, with below, just basically just our cheekbones, or just our natural figure. I'm not saying if you are overweight or fat that you don't have your own way of being beautiful. That's not it. But still, there's a added beauty. Then there's a beauty that is supposed to be. So added beauty, let's say, when you gain weight, there's always a clear reason why you're gaining weight, or you being unfit. There's always a clear reason. Like I said, it could be that you are lazy, you are overeating, or you are doing something definitely wrong. I do understand there are some people who say, well, it can be because of hormones, but how a lot of the time hormone can have something to do with it. But again, it has to do with the amount of calories a lot of the time you consume, or the lack of physical activity that you are practicing in your life. And this is one time, because did you know some people who are overweight, they don't even know it. But these stories here that I'm talking about, or that I'm letting you guys listen to, are from people who are going through this, who has been obese themselves.
Some people are gonna hate this message. Some people are gonna hate me for this part. It is what it is. Being fat is extremely unattractive. When I say, I don't mean just unattractive, it's extremely unattractive. Let me show you why. Look at this. This is me. Yeah, as you can see. I was obese. Now, I'm not even talking just in terms of dating, right? Because we already know that that's attractive in there. I'm just talking about just looking at yourself, right? Me looking at those old videos of myself when I used to be obese, I honestly get disgusted at myself, right? Because guys, your body's an extension of how you view yourself. Your body's an extension of how much you value yourself. Your body's an extension of your confidence, right? Some of you are gonna think it's shallow, it's vain. You don't need to have abs. I'm not saying be ripped, right? But when you look obese or you look, you're not trying to change. If you're trying to, improve yourself, I respect you for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to, you recognize like, yo, like I need to improve myself. But if you're cool with looking like that, that's where the issue is. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because guys, life is just harder, right? Because
Mhm.
you breathe harder. You can't.
This is a dude. He was also fat himself because he also showed his pictures of how he was before and how he is now. He asked, "You still have your Christmas lights on?" Yeah. Today is the last day. Today is the day you take them down. Well, normally, but yeah, I who cares? Like, I mean, they look nice. So my Christmas light looks nice. I mean, it can be a new edition. I can have them here maybe the entire year. Who cares? Like, if I feel like keeping them on for the entire year, for every time, all the time, then let it be. But
Move as
did
easily.
you remove all yours yourself? Did you remove your Christmas lights?
You know what I'm saying? You sweat more. You smell bad more. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just there's so many different things that go into it,
Okay.
right? But the crazy thing is, when I used to be obese, I didn't think I was obese. That's the crazy thing, right? I thought, oh, I deserve the best looking girlfriend. I deserve my girlfriend who's in shape. She's got a big nyash. She's this, she's that, and I look like that, right? That's what I said to myself, right? Yes, it's a very delusional mindset that I used to have, and most people have this mindset, and it's baffling to me. It's crazy. How can you not be at your best and you expect the best? How does that even make any sense? Like if you think about it logically, you're broke, you're obese, you're this, but you think you deserve the queen, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of people just want the world to be shaped around them. They want the world to actually accommodate them in terms of to accept them for where they are. But one thing is for sure is that they're not gonna accept you for who you are. Because even when I was preparing this live, I was seeing a lot of people, some women who are saying, okay, they wouldn't the minimum amount of money a guy must have, one of the biggest person notes ever, is that she wants a guy who can make like 5K, I mean 50K and above. And I'm like, okay, wait. So what is the chance of a guy who's making 50K would I mean 500K would choose you? And it's like a lot of them obviously they want a guy who's still, they are not in the position to have that because most guys who are making that amount of money, they want something in return for their money. They want someone that is, somewhat a lot of the time they will call them, models, for example. And that's the reality of it. It's not bad that they want such lifestyle, but the thing is it's about if it's reality, if they can achieve it. That's the thing. This is what he's saying right now.
You think you deserve the queen? Like how delusional is this, bro? So guys, I'm not saying this to knock fat people or to say, oh, I used to be fat myself. It's hypocritical for me to knock fat people. I'm saying I don't want you to be comfortable with being fat, right?
Yeah.
You need to improve yourself. You need to strive for the best, to be the best version of yourself, right? Then you can demand the best. If you are the best or you're on the way to being the best, then of course you can demand the best. Why not?
Yeah.
If you don't remember one thing, remember this: you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. You know what I'm saying? If you treat yourself like you're the best version of yourself, you treat yourself like you want the best for yourself, you're gonna attract the best, right? But if you treat yourself poorly and your image is not on point, of course it's hypocritical to even think you can deserve the best.
True. True. It is hypocritical to think that you deserve the best while you're not focusing on making yourself to be the best. It's like you want someone who's unfit, who wants someone that is fit, wants the person that is fit to have a terrible, a bad deal. Because if it was the other way around, a lot of the time, a lot of people would say yes. If you would ask them if they would date someone that is or they would get with someone that is unfit, a lot of the time they would say yes because they don't mean it. Because if you look in their lives or even in their history, the people that they have dated, none of them were obese or fat, or none of them was unfit. It could be that they're just saying it just to save face, not to to be able to you know to bring the point across as if they are somewhat a good person. But one thing is for sure, a lot of the time they are not being honest, because if one way that you can find if they are being honest, because when you look at their history or the people that they are in a relationship with right now, the majority of the time it's not someone that is unfit. So they are being, yeah, you gotta work on yourself if you want the best. If you want whatever you want, you gotta work for it. Nothing worth it in life comes easy. And that's not to say that it's gonna be hard or easy. It's just to say that it's part of life. You just have to go and get it. So no one, not even you, will be able to see what's underneath your fat if you are unfit. If Because again, all of us have our natural beauty that lies be that we are born with, and there's an artificial one that we create over time with bad or poor habits. Because weight gain and obesity also is caused a lot of the time by not living a physically healthy lifestyle, but also by not managing your nutrition. And this leads to, as we already know, to fat being accumulated over and over and over again, especially in harmful visceral fat around your organs. And this is one of the things we want to switch gears to talk about the danger, because a lot of the time it can happen to a lot of people. Because just because you are fit doesn't mean that you shouldn't be physically active as well. Because one thing is for sure, there's also internal organs fat that can sit around your organs, that can choke or press your organs, or and that is not, that's gonna make your organs to be in a situation where they are lacking, that they have to overpower or overwork in order to do the same work that they normally should be doing normally. And what happens as well is that your immune system compromised when you're unfit. It's easier for you to get ill. It's easier for you to get sick, or it takes longer for you to recover. And this is why for me it's I thank God for that, but I am hardly sick, hardly. Even when and that's due a lot of the time. I think, yeah, well, it definitely has to do with my immune system, but it has to do with my lifestyle as well. Because even when I feel like I'm gonna get sick, I my body is just gonna keep fighting it, and then I feel better. It's but I do understand too, is there's some people who wants to be sick, although it might sound very illogical, but some people want to be or want to feel sick because they get to be in a position where they are the victim by being sick, because they can get the attention from other people to, oh, you're feeling fine, are you sick, all of this, but to get the attention. But again, your immune system is gonna help you as well to stay by staying fit. So, and you're not gonna be having chronic inflammation, a situation where your body or system can develop many diseases or just illnesses. Your body can even go, do things that it's not supposed to be doing because you are unfit. So this is why it's important. Also, it is key to understand that you will be around someone who doesn't inspire you to elevate to elevate your life or support you to go after your goals. Ultimately, they'll take you down with them. So what do I mean by that? A lot of the time is that when you are dealing with someone that is unfit, they won't be inspiring you. Because when we get into a relationship with someone, we of course want them to be supportive. You want them to try to understand us as well as best as they can, to give you affection, communication, everything else that you want. But also you want them to somewhat inspire you, to help you to see a different path, to learn a different aspects of your own self, or of your own personality in a positive way. And what positivity I what positivity or inspiration do you feel that someone that is unfit? I'm not saying that they can't, but a lot of the time when it comes to being unfit, there's a certain mindset, a certain energy that goes with that. And someone that is fit, there's a different energy that goes with that. So it really depends what type of energy that you want to attract in your life as well. So, and I'm gonna talk about the last part, which is very important. But one thing is for sure is that being being unfit is very costly, as we already talked about that, you know, being that you're gonna be dealing with a lot of, it's highly likely you might be dealing with a lot of health challenges, and your recovery would be very lower because there are some people, sometimes you cannot avoid some certain health challenges, but again, it can, when you are unfit, or when you are fit rather, your body can recover much quicker, and also your immune system can help to fight for you even much better. And there's a lot of, it's like there's a lot of things that are more in your benefit than rather taken away, because when you are unfit, it's easier, you are in a vulnerable position, you are in a position where if something, if you get a cold, you just cannot do anything else. But this person is going to be talking about being fat is an expensive habit, and a lot of people don't really think about it like this, but being fat is an expensive habit. She's going to say why.
The best parts about not being fat anymore is I have saved a lot of money, okay? I used to spend so much money on food. I mean, so much. It is literally insane. I see a lot of people on the internet say, like, oh, fast food is cheaper than groceries. Let me tell you, that is not true. In the short term, yes, a $1 burger from McDonald's is cheaper than buying $100 of groceries, obvious. But in the long term, if you are obsessed and addicted to fast food, it is like how it feels to drown your bank account on cigarettes. I used to spend upwards of like $45 a day just getting my fast food. And that's under the assumption that I don't also go to like some sort of snack place as well, adding $10 more on that. And I always used to use an excuse like,
Yeah.
well, it's cheaper than buying groceries. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because $45 7 days a week, that's $315 I'm spending on food in 1 week when I could have just bought groceries and spent $100 just on myself in 1 week. Instead, I went $200 more. I was broke as hell because I was so addicted to fast food. I could have gotten groceries. I just didn't want to because I wanted a sweet Big Mac in my mouth. Now, one of my main motivators to not gain a bunch of weight again is that I will be broke again. The best part about
Yeah, and that's it. It is not only that it's a situation that is not beneficial to you when it comes to your wellness, but also it takes away from the money from your pocket. So it's just like you said, because big size clothing are very expensive. Yeah, it is true. It is expensive to get big size clothing, and you cannot fit in any type of car. The car need to be a certain type of room inside in order for you to feel comfortable getting in, or to be able to drive the car. Or I even hear, I mean, even if you're gonna be traveling, sometimes if you have to sit in a chair, and if you are, if you are unfit, one thing is for sure is that the chair, that you're gonna be squeezing yourself into the chair, and you're not gonna be comfortable. It make it hard for you. I mean, the only place that you can be truly comfortable is on the couch. But again, life is not only gonna be lived, your life, you're gonna also not only gonna be lived on the couch. They need to buy two chairs, and exactly, you need to buy two chairs. So being unfit is more expensive in so many ways, like more, yeah. And also, being unfit is not inspiring. It reduces your quality of life. Let me just do this. Okay. It reduces your quality of life because the added effects, or the added effects is less vibrant. So you live a more restricted life because there's always a weight limit to everything. Let's say if you have to get to it in the elevator, and if you happen to be the last person, then you're gonna have to wait. And there's always a restriction. And I do understand some people who are overweight or unfit expect the world to just be molded for them, or to accept, to be made for them in such a way, but that cannot be always the case. That's not always the case. Just like, for example, um, you know, just like for all of us, we were a child at one point. There were certain times when it comes to the attraction park or certain areas that we couldn't go until we are a certain age or until we are a certain height. Life always have some sort of restriction. But when you are unfit, is that the moment that you should be that you're an adult, that you should be able to, the only restrictions are the restrictions that are restrictions that you can work on. But being unfit creates many more restrictions. So being really sick is not relationship worthy. Explain. Eh, okay, so why would being really sick will make you? I'm assuming if you're in a relationship already, then that's it's already too late. But assuming that you're gonna be getting with someone that is unfit or sick, would you get with in a relationship with someone that is already sick? Does that sound like a smart decision for you to make? I mean, I do understand we all gotta have a good heart, but does that sound like a smart decision for you to make? Because again, you're gonna have to really change your life for a lot of these situations, but for this person. But is this the only person that you're gonna be living with? Because I mean, if it's a family member, if it's an acquaintance or a good friend, I do understand you have to make adjustment when it comes to these preferences for when it comes to do with your internal circle. But if it's a stranger, so if you would have to choose between someone you're gonna be, dating someone or getting into a relationship with someone or entertaining a conversation or interaction with someone, one is fit and one is sick. Which one would you choose? Okay, but I'm just breaking down the things to understand when dealing with that someone that is unfit. Or if you're unfit to recognize that for you, it lowers your chances of someone coming to want to step into your life. That's one thing to understand as well. I think it goes both ways. You know, when you're unfit, it creates a lot of different situations. Love is love, right? You don't pick someone, you meet someone and fall in love. Okay, you don't you fall in love. I mean, it's not so meaning you making it sound as if it's something that we are not in control of. So you just okay, you meet someone and fall in love. So every time you meet someone, you fall in love. Is that what it is? You don't go through any any thoughts, rational decision about it. Anytime you meet someone, you fell in love. Pick the one who's healing you. Exactly. No, you meet the right one. Okay. There's a right one now? Okay, so you mean the right one for you, what you feel, or based on what you're looking for? I think you can feel it first. Pick the one who's healing you. Healing you in what way? What do you mean? Pick someone who's healing you. In what way do you mean healing you? The energy tells a lot. Yeah. Yeah, the energy tells a lot. And also, you know, the energy comes with, how fit a person is, because the right one is the one who makes you feel safe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, and it's if I meet someone I really like, it doesn't matter to me if she or he is unfit. Okay, which one are you gonna go for? You're gonna go for she or he? Speak for yourself. Are you Wolf? I will imagine that you're a guy. Are you bi or you date? Are you a straight person, heterosexual? So it doesn't matter for you whether the person is unfit. I mean, okay, well, choose to live life on hard mode. So bad energy does make me fall in love. Doesn't Yeah, bad energy doesn't make me fall in love. Okay, so the question is someone being unfit bad energy or is it good energy? So what is the word in it? For me, it's she. What it doesn't for everybody. Why it goes? Okay, for me, it's she. It doesn't it goes for everybody, right? I mean, I do understand that's your preference. So which mean you will go. Don't you have a cutoff limit? So you will go for someone. Do you use the kgs or do you use which measuring system do you use? Kgs? I think falling in love is personal. Okay, well, sometimes sometimes falling in love is can be personal, but sometimes it's not personal because you can be influenced by the person in your group to have a certain type. What about there's something called groupthink, you know? it's not, it can be said to be personal, but sometimes it's not really personal. And there's groupthink, there's also, a certain thing that is called influence. Is it really personal? I mean, it can be the person, you'd be the one that making the choice or that's having the person in your life, but is it really personal though? How do you know? Okay, how do you know when it's personal? That's the question. Yes, no matter what. I think you're wrong. Okay, but you say okay, but yeah. Okay, do you have a person in your life right now? Or do you just want to say wrong? Okay, so and it's financially costly because it reduces your quality of life because you add extra stress into your body or and you add extra stress into your life. But one thing is for sure is that again, these these videos that I'm playing right now are from people themselves who are unfit, who are telling their stories and what they are going through as being unfit. You can say otherwise, but that's what they are saying. These are not people. These stories of these what these people have been playing right now, or that I've played before. There are people who are unfit, and this is another lady who's telling her story, who's her life as being an unfit woman, and what the thing that she has to put up with or have to deal with.
You know how ridiculously expensive it is to live a life being this overweight. Like, I'm not talking about how much more expensive it is to buy more food because I eat more food. I'm talking about like shopping in specialty stores for clothes because you can't just run into a regular store and have your size. I'm talking about having to buy a larger vehicle and spend, $30,000, $40,000 more because you don't fit into a regular size SUV or a compact car. You know how ridiculously
Yeah,
expensive.
exactly. So basically, you're gonna have to be spending more. So, so this guy, he's saying that he would choose someone. He would. I mean, yeah, I don't understand. Love is love. I mean, as a human, yeah, that's the thing. Good evening. How you doing? And find out she is sick. Do I don't fall in love anymore? Then it happens to be your choice. But the thing is, look, I'm saying this to know what you are up against. It's better to have the information than to be going into the situation than not knowing what you are. Hello, I'm doing good. Than not knowing what you are up against. Because one thing's for sure, you are men, and I find a lot of the time as men we are very gullible and very low. We don't really think a lot of the time. We are very naive. And don't fit will not go. Yeah, if a man doesn't fit, it will not go for it. Yeah, you will not. Okay, you will not go for it. It's not a match, to be honest. I mean, this is what I'm like. What can that man really inspire you with? And like I said, if he's gonna be a leader, how is he gonna? What sort of leadership or this that he's demonstrating? I'm not that desperate. Yeah, exactly. You understand your value. It's really need to be a match. So it's like, and so you'll get to a point, and if you're trying to, you know, like you said, this year you want to get back to jump ropes. If you're trying to get yourself back to jumping rope, you want someone who's going to be inspiring you, who's going to be motivating you, who's going to be trying to, at least in a way say, okay, let's do this also. That is also physically, fit, trying to look after their body, trying to look after themselves. If they are not, then it's highly unlikely that they will bring you down to their level. You don't pick love, you fall in love no matter what. Not true. I don't believe that. I don't believe we fall in love no matter what. It's like you're making it sound is something that is something that just happened. There are certain situations it happens, but I don't understand. Okay, I see this is your point of view when it comes to love. You just fall in love. So in your past, all the person that you've been with, you didn't pick it, you didn't pick them, it just happened basically. You didn't pick them. So you live in life without doing or picking. And it again, being unfit is financially costly. because you can probably have to deal with medical bills for treatment of chronic diseases or medication, and again for more food, for more and more of a lot of different things, and also potential loss of income due to disabilities or illnesses that can be also devastating. If my energy doesn't match, even if I like that man, I will not fall in love. Exactly. Me too. If my energy, if our energy doesn't match, and we are, it makes no sense to go further. If the partner is not on your level, relationship will not last. Exactly. So imagine now, exactly. It just doesn't, it's not in the same level. Love has to grow. In what way? Okay, love has to grow. That's true. But it has to start from the right standpoint, you know? It's like if it's gonna be struggling from the very beginning, or is that something that you wanna, sacrifice your happiness for? Or sacrifice your time, your energy for? Yeah. So um that's what I mean. Guys, come on, let's get to 5K likes, y'all. It's like your level of IQ is high and the others is not so far. Yeah. Yeah. And this is one thing I was talking about too. Uh, it will not work out. No, it will not work out. Because an unfit person, their mental sharpness is not as, as you would want, who's a fit person, because you have more of a mental sharpness. Love can't be rushed. That's true. Love can't be rushed. So, what is the process then? And the last thing is being unfit, you will probably experience premature mortality. And again, like I said, if you are gonna choose someone, it's this is about my overall conversation is about bringing awareness, you know, uh, to know what you get yourself into, to do the calculation. Because a lot of the time, we just, just like he was saying earlier, the guy was saying it just happened, you fall in love. There are situations that can happen like that, but wouldn't you want to be more in control of, making a better selection of who you want to be in your life? This is what it's about. But this is one aspect that I'm talking about. There's another part to it, but this is what I'm talking about. If you talk, you can see already what kind of person it is. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, if to increase your chances of choosing the right person to be in your life is to understand the different aspects that are in play as well. The different aspects that are at play. Let's say, for example, you ladies, if you're gonna choose someone that is unfit, if situation happen that you are gonna bear the child, then okay what you're gonna have to look forward to. And it could be a situation that this child is not healthy, or this child has developed certain illnesses due to you know circumstances that is unfit. Because again, it comes with, again, like I said, a lot of different negatives. Don't need to go further. It's talking, if the talking is not on your level. Yeah, true. True. For me, I would never choose someone who doesn't go to sport, because I do sports since 6 years old. Yeah. Hi from Amsterdam. How you doing from Amsterdam? Yeah, exactly. So imagine you would, because it's not a fit. And even, it wouldn't be a fit even if you didn't, but again, you wouldn't, like, it's not your lifestyle volumes. That's our ambition. A man who can't lead can't build. Exactly. And how is a man gonna lead if he's unfit? What sort of leadership is he actually showing in his life? A man is a leader for me. Yeah. What sort of leadership? What is he actually demonstrating, that you can be just anyhow, just be anyhow physically? I mean, he needs to be an inspiration, not because when you choose a man, you also choose a future. If you happen to have babies with him, that's gonna be a certain standard. Although people can choose, but one thing is for sure, it's gonna set the standard. Okay, this is how he is. And automatically, in certain situation, your kids are gonna look up to you. or want to emulate you, I will go my way. Yeah, alone. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. So, and because consistently show that low um fitness or cardio fitness or just low fitness is a strong predictor of mortality as well. That means, if you are choosing someone who is unfit, that means they will be leaving you alone without your children earlier. And also that will also translate into leaving all the responsibilities on your lap to handle and to clean up their mess or to clean up after them. So someone that can be a situation that puts a lot of people into a situation where they never recover because they've been with someone who's unfit, that develop a lot of chronic illnesses, a lot of chronic diseases, which they had to put their life goals. Probably they wanted to go to certain trips or do certain things in their lives or achieve certain goals, but they had to use that money or to save and to buy medication or to use that money for other things, to buy extra food and stuff like that. So which mean it creates a situation where you can become vulnerable, and this is what I mean. And choosing the wrong person can make life very difficult. Exactly. It can make life. I need a man to tell me what I don't see about myself always. He needs to be alert. Yeah, true. Not a man who say yes on everything. No, that's no backbone. Sport make you disciplined and good mindset. That is true. And a man need to be ambitious. That is also true. Come on, y'all. Let's get to 5K likes. A man like and follow y'all. It needs to be ambitious. So what sort of man that is ambitious? For me, it's hard at this point. At first, I used to think that for me, a woman, the rules for women is different for men because again, I'm dealing with a woman, and on the other hand, I'm dealing with a man. So when I'm dealing with a man and I see they are unfit, um, it's just something in me. I don't know if you guys feel that too. It's just something in me. I just see the person differently because I'm like, I can see, you can go through your mind, you can see, okay, this person might not be ambitious, or this person cannot be trustworthy, this person cannot be, it wouldn't be a person that would want like around me because my image wouldn't really match with the person. It's just not a click. A man need to be ambitious. He needs to have his life on track. Yeah, because I have mine on track too. Yes, I need a man that's 100% for me. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 for you. True. You need a man like that. Because again, how a man is gonna be for you 10,000 times if he has, different health condition in terms of he's not trying to be fit and taking care of himself. How is he gonna be 100% for you if he's not paying attention to his level of fitness? Because he's gonna take all the money, he cannot take out the trash when you want. And I mean, I'm still a man that is fit can still be having issues with taking out the trash. But the thing is, he will be more likely, one that is unfit will be more likely to be in a situation where he will be, getting ill quickly or easily. And that's, you have to be taking care of him most of the time. So yeah, you have a man for yourself in what way? Like your property? Yeah. Okay. Wait. Of course. Okay. I think so. That question was for who then? Send a at to the person. A man. I need a man that has 1,000%, 10,000% for me. What do you mean by that? So I think that's what you mean. I need a man that I want to build together. Yeah. Okay, that's a good part. Because I don't need a man. I want a man to build together. I don't need a man. Okay, I want. Oh, okay. You mean the difference is between need and want? Yeah. So do you want me? Do you? Okay, then in that case, Hope, do you want a man to want you to or need you? Do you want, or do you prefer a man to want you or need you? Okay, because here's the vicious cycle. One of the most heaviest aspects of this is the cycle of unfitness, is because living a sedentary life will lead to weight gain and stiffness, and it will lead, it will create activity, it will create a person that is lower, have lower chance to be active, and leading, which will lead to further inactivity. Hey, um, okay, so you said to want me. Okay. Why not need? Need can be dangerous. In what way? Needing can be dangerous. I'm not talking about, I do understand need can be dangerous, but okay, so you want to be able to have your independence and he has his independence as well. Is that what you mean? But can men, so can those men, I don't know. I don't know if for you guys, I don't know, and the other side. Do you guys find men that are needy? I've dealt, for me, I only, dealt with women, so I don't wouldn't know that. Are men needy? Men are not our property. Don't need that for that. For me, the soul match must match. Yes, exactly. Come on, y'all. Let's get to 5K likes. Like and subscribe, y'all. Um, and to break this cycle, it is also a single important step to take, breaking that cycle. And the good news is the human body is remarkably adaptive. We can treat your body to be adaptive. And it's never too late to start. One thing for sure. You don't need to become an athlete. This is not what I'm talking about. It's not for everyone. But again, do need to focus on your physical fitness and to focus on the person that you are choosing, if they are physically fit as well, or if they are, if they are fit. Basically, you don't want someone who's unfit, because that can translate to a lot of different things, aspects in their lives, that makes your life, you can be fit, or you're going to be trying to build with someone, and then you just get into a situation where you stop one place, or your life just keep spiraling down. So you don't want that. I don't need a man. I can build on my own. It's more like having a partner to be a team, to build a team, or I say to be a team. When you want someone, they are not your focus. Okay. So do you want your man? Yeah, I get it now. So you want you don't need your man to be, you don't need to be your man's focus. Is that what I mean? Or do you want you to be the focus for your man? Because you're not saying anything, you're just saying hi. Talk about the topic. Talk about the topic. Okay, so guys, one way that you can transform your body is to um you can, it's not too late, because you always can transform yourself, and it is the way to transform yourself. You guys can find the link in my bio, so we can get some coaching sessions. And in summary, being unfit is not a cosmetic issues, and I'm not talking about that. It's a critical threat to your lifelong, to living longer, or to your longevity, and also to your independence and happiness. And also, investing in your fitness is one of the most powerful form of preventative medicine, to prevent, and also and your self-care as well, that you can take in your life, because it's very important. It's when you want to focus on your preventative medicine, because a lot of the time, it's better to prevent yourself from getting some sort of illnesses or diseases than to to be on the other end to try to fix it. um what do you mean? I'm not gonna. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of the time, some people, they just want to, some of us, we have the mindset of just, okay, I'll take care of this issue when it shows. If it doesn't show, then I won't do anything. I won't change anything, or any habits that I'm doing in my life. And that's not enough. We have to try to be preventing situation that we don't want to manifest in our lives. We have to do you know, using preventative medicine as well first. Basically, being fit and doing the things that you need to live your life in terms of self care. Mm. Who do I need to say hello to? Consistency and discipline. True. Oh, hello. Um, Self care is very important. Yeah. I respect everyone's opinion, but for me, I cannot live with a man who's below my level. Yeah, exactly. So so you're gonna it's not natural to be living with a man that's below your level. It's not natural. It just doesn't make sense. It's not I do understand for people who want to do that, do your thing, do you. But as a woman, you should want to get a man that is, that is on your level or higher. And that's the way it is. So, I'm stuck in a relationship. I feel like I have to be masculine. You feel like you have to be masculine. But why are you stuck? Why are you okay? What situation that are keeping you stuck in that relationship? On my level or higher is better. Yeah, we have kids though. Okay, but why are you stuck though? What's the reason why you're stuck in that relationship? I surely can compromise if needed, but not lower my levels for no one. Yeah, exactly. To lower your level for anyone is like that's scary. Scary because you don't know what you're gonna be faced with. Okay, yo, let me see if I can do a few matches in the meantime. So what did you guys thought? Like anything that you guys learned along this? I hope this brought you guys some form of awareness. Hello, Queen. There are so many queens. Yeah. So who's the original queen then? Thank you. Being alone is better than being with the wrong man. Yeah. Being alone is better than being with the wrong person, truly. Okay, guys, 2 times gifting right now. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Yama. Oh, awesome. Sup, Zach? Like and follow y'all. Let's get. Oh, we are at 5K likes. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let me see. Oh, wait. What's this chat saying?